our group gonna present about Madhhab Jariri and Madhhab Thawree. So, for my part, I'm Nur Shahira binti Jalaluddin, and I'm gonna explain it to you guys about the introduction of this topic.
Hello, I'm Irfan Hafi, and I will be explaining about the brief introduction of Madhhab Jariri.
Hello, I am Muhammad Adib, and I will tell you the reason of disappearance of Madhhab Jariri.
Okay, now I am Mariam, and I will explain about my brief introduction Madhhab Jariri.
Hi, I'm Nurin Khan. On my part, I'll be explaining on the reasons of disappearance of Madhhab Jariri.
My name is Hanawatul, and I will conclude all about this madhhab.
Introduction of Madhhab. Madhhab means the opinion or idea that one chooses to adopt. However, Encyclopedia of Islam express Madhhab as, in law specifically, a technical term often translated as school of law, in particular one of the four legal systems recognized as orthodox by Sunni Muslims, which are Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali. At the time of Prophet Muhammad SAW, no school of thought was emerged in Islam. After the demise of the Prophet Muhammad, many companions followed to the commentary of the Sunnah led by Imam Ali radhiyallahu anhu. Later on was known as the devotees of the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as conveyed by Ali radhiyallahu anhu. Later on, they were expressed as Ashia, whereas the common community of Muslims was denoted as Al-Ammah in the sense of general public, and were expressed as Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah. In the history of Islam, there is a large number of mazhabs, in addition to the well-known Sunni and Shia mazhab. The significant enrichment towards the development of Islamic law was flourished by the vanished mazhab. Some of these outstanding vanished mazhab are as follows: Madhhab Thawree, Madhhab Auza'i, Madhhab Zahiriyah, Madhhab Ibadiyah, and Madhhab Jariri. So for our topic, we will discuss about two of the mazhab, which are Madhhab Thawree.
I would like to explain about the brief introduction of Madhhab Jariri. Madhhab Jariri was founded by Abu Ja'far Muhammad ibn Jarir ibn Yazid at-Tabari, or also known as Imam at-Tabari, who lived from 839 to 923 Masihi. He is an Islamic scholar who was expert in hadith, fiqh rulings, and history. He once adhered to Shafi'i's school of fiqh and be a Shafi'ite, but later on create his own school called Jariri, based on his father's name. Based on the book by Imam al-Zuhaili about him, he has wrote many books regarding fiqh. For example, Ihtilaf al-Fuqaha, which is the dissension of jurists, Al-Latif, Al-Khafif, Al-Basit, and Adabul Qudah, which is the etiquette of judges. Next, I would like to explain on the main characteristics of Madhhab Jariri. Firstly, Madhhab Jariri was frequently in conflict with the Hanbali school. This is because Imam at-Tabari, who is the founder of Madhhab Jariri, feels that Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was not qualified to be an expert in fiqh, but only expert in hadith. Next, Madhhab Jariri were more open towards women's role in Islam. For example, Imam at-Tabari held that women could be judges and also could lead men in prayers in certain conditions. Based on Dr. Zulkifli al-Bakri in his website, he stated that Imam at-Tabari has said that women were allowed to lead men only in Tarawih prayer, and also without the presence of any men who memorize Al-Quran. Thirdly, Madhhab Jariri reject consensus without any reference to text, which is Quran and Sunnah. And the last one is Madhhab Jariri also reject juristic preference, which is istihsan, contradicting with the opinion from Madhhab Hanafi.
The reasons of disappearance of Madhhab Jariri. As we all know, Imam al-Tabari was a prominent mujtahid who tied to the dalil. In various debates with fellow Hanbali scholar and classmates, he had demonstrated a degree of independence in his thought process or ijtihad, which displeased Hanbali scholar. At-Tabari at that time also adopted negative view of Ibn Hanbal, who is the school's founder, over time as he rejected several of his opinion. He also stated that Ibn Hanbal is not a an accepted jurist, but merely a hadith recorder, which his harsh criticism had made conflict with majority of Hanbalite on that time. The next one is, even though he had a few disciples who continued to practice his school of thought, such as Abu Bakr Khuzaimah and Ali ibn Abdul Aziz, but his teaching only influenced and spread over at Baghdad on that time, which make it less known to the other Muslim, and this is why his school of thought slowly disappeared as the time flowed.
Brief introductions of Madhhab Thawree. The founder is the Imam Sufyan as-Thawree and known as Imam as-Thawree. He was born in Kufa in the years of 719 CE. After an intensive study of hadith and fiqh, he became the main fiqh scholar of hadith school in Kufa. He had a similar view to those of his contemporary, which is Abu Hanifa. Unfortunately, he opposed the later use of qiyas and istihsan as a method in deducing a legal injunction in Islam. There occurred a series of confrontations due to his outspoken nature and his refusal to support state policies, which is contradicted the Sharia between Imam Sufyan and official of Abbasid. Caliph al-Mansur sent a letter to Imam al-Thawree requesting him to accept the post of Qadi of Kufa on conditions that he does not make any judgment or ruling in opposition to the state policy. On receipt of the letter, Sufyan tore it up and threw it into the Tigris River in disgust. But as a result, he has forced to give up his teaching and flee for his life. He remained in hiding until he died in the year 777 CE. The characteristic is the Madhhab al-Thawree was established same like the other establishment of Madhhab because they have a different view of ijtihad from their own understanding in deducing a legal injunction based on the original type, which is Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. The second one is this Madhhab existed just in a short period of time due to the factor that contribute to the disappearance in this Madhhab.
There are two reasons of disappearance of Madhhab Thawree. The first is Imam Sufyan al-Thawree spent most of his life hiding from the leaders of Abbasiyah, thus made him unable to attract a large number of students who might subsequently spread his opinions to other people in the circles of learning. The second reason is Imam Sufyan had requested a will to his main student, which is Ammar ibn Saif, to destroy all his writings, including the hadith that had been written by him. Although Ammar had done his duty by erasing all the writing, there were still other students who managed to record some of his thoughts under their respective ulama, which still exists until today but not well arranged.
Madhhab Jariri was located at Baghdad, which is located at Iraq. Madhhab Thawree was located at Kufa, which is located at Iraq too. Madhhab Thawree were no longer available in this world because first, Jariri school was frequently in conflict with Hanbali school and was notable for its liberal attitudes towards the role of the woman, while Madhhab Thawree had conflicts with the leaders of Abbasiyah Caliphate and were too outspoken. However, the ultimate four madhabs were already sufficient to cover all the Sharia rulings in the extant madhab.